What is this weird hair? Come on, stop it. Hey family, Chauncey fam here, Dallas Fort Worth realtor with another vlog, y'all. Number 2 of 2019. Go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the little bell button so I can bug you and spam your email with lots of alerts every time I post a new video. And go and follow me on Facebook. Put in the handle of @Chauncey the Realtor, or on Instagram at estate_chick_real. So do all of that now. Before we get into the first video, just want to say thanks guys for all of the support, all of the love. Started this vlog last year, 2018. Honestly, I just was like, I really like doing video, and I figure if I do video, maybe people can like learn something before they buy or sell a home. And I actually got a decent little following, so thanks for all the support. In 2019, really focused again on bringing some valuable content to buyers and sellers that are entering the market, information that can be valuable for my clients as well as other clients. Just some takeaways that you guys can use when you enter the market so you understand a little bit more about how it works in case you don't have anyone around to give you the info. So today's video, God, this hair is really bugging me. Just won't like lay down. Today's video is going to be about inspections. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about inspections, how it works in Texas with the inspections, the process of getting an inspection done, and then just like some things that once again some people in the industry really want to say, but they never really say it. They just say it behind your back. So I'm gonna actually like say it out loud to you so you understand some things about inspections. All right, ready? Ready, set, go. But first, glasses, because I can't see nothing. I always try to be cute for these vlogs and then I can't read nothing. Okay, so anyway, so inspections. Inspections are a really important part of purchasing a home. So you find your realtor, you have your pre-approval, you're ready to rock and roll, you go shopping, and you find your dream home. You put in your offer, you guys may negotiate back and forth. Nonetheless, your offer has been accepted and now it's go time, right? Like you are under contract, they've accepted that offer, and now you've got to protect your investment, make sure that you're not buying a horrible house, a home that has lots of major problems. So what you have done is an inspection. Your realtor may give you a couple on a list, some that they've worked with in the past, some preferred inspectors that they work with, but nonetheless, you will choose an inspector. That inspector is going to go out and inspect the property during your option period. So I'll kind of fast or rewind to let you guys know kind of how it works here in Texas. So in Texas, we have something on the front end of all of our contracts called a termination option period. It's exactly what it sounds like. It gives the buyer a little period of time on the front end of the contract to actually terminate that contract for any reason or no reason at all. It's an unrestricted right to terminate that contract. It's called the option period. That's when you have your inspection done. Why? The reason why is because if there are defects found on the home, mechanical, cosmetic, whatever, you ask for the seller to fix those items or give you some sort of discount or, you know, compensation, some sort of seller concession so that you can take care of it. If you guys can't come to an agreement, then you have time to back out. All you've lost is the option fee. So you pay them like $100, $150 on the front end of the contract for that little due diligence time. And you haven't really lost much if you guys can't come to an agreement. So that's when an inspection is done. It's done right on the front end. You get to discover all of the defects that are wrong with that property. You get to try to negotiate to get that stuff fixed or get some money off so you can fix it yourself. And if you can't, you can walk. Hopefully your realtor and their realtor are able to negotiate. Everybody can walk away happy and get what they need. But the actual inspection process is really scary and is the cause for a lot of anxiety for realtors. And it's because buyers can sometimes become loose cannons when it comes to inspections. It can be a very stressful time for all parties involved. Let's just say that. Here are just a couple of takeaways when it comes to inspection. So first, guys, when you hire your inspector, they are licensed by the state of Texas. So it's not just like Bob who decided to just do like home inspections and he doesn't really know what he's doing and he's just gonna like look at the roof and say, yeah, it's cool. No, these people are licensed and they actually use like it's regulated, like a form. There's a set items that they have to check when they go to the properties in Texas. I don't know about other states, all I can talk about is Texas. But here, like most of the inspections all pretty well look the same. Some of them fancy it up, you know, add fancier pictures, some add video and things like that. But nonetheless, they're all pretty well checking the same items, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is inspections typically now last about 2 to 3 hours. And I always try to at least go and show up at the end of the inspection so that the inspector can kind of walk me through his findings, give me a summary of the minor and major issues that may have happened. But the first thing that I really want to kind of stress to people, and some of y'all may disagree with me, but I just think it's kind of silly. I don't think that there's any reason for anyone to be at an inspection the entire time while an inspector is inspecting a home. He has, or she has a job. They have a job. You hired them to do that job. If you don't trust that they can do that job well, then you shouldn't have hired them. You should have hired somebody else that you actually trust, okay? And there's nothing that you can do by being a creeper and like walking behind them through every room of the house and asking, well, what you doing? Well, what's that? Well, well, I just saw a crack over there in the wall. What's that? Are they gonna fix this? Like, guys, it is very counterproductive when you do that. And they're not able to perform their job to their full capacity in the way that they should if you are just like being a weird creeper. Unless you know extensive work about homes, you're a GC or something, it really isn't a whole lot that you can actually do. Oh, I have a visitor.
Mommy, can you help me fix this game?
Yeah, I'll fix your game, dude. Mom life. Oh, sorry. Where was I? Oh, being a creeper. Don't be a creeper. Just don't. It's really weird. So I have clients that, you know, they'll want to go to the inspection and be there the entire time. That's totally cool if you just want to kind of like sit there and play Candy Crush. But following the inspector around, asking a lot of questions during the inspection when he has a strict schedule that they probably have to adhere to so they can get on to the next property, it can kind of be counterproductive. So just be mindful of that whenever you set your appointment for your inspection. Ask them how they prefer it. Some will tell you to come for the whole time, but some will specifically ask for you just to come at like the last hour that they're there, and then they'll kind of walk you through the things that they found for the first, you know, little bit of time. So that's the first thing. Another thing is kind of setting expectations, especially for new first-time home buyers. The inspection reports look really scary because our inspections pretty much say that it's been inspected and it's perfect or it's deficient. There really isn't an in-between status for an item on our inspection reports that says it's not perfect, but it works just fine. And so if you're buying a home that's never been lived in, even new construction, and you look at it and everything is deficient, it can get really scary. And items can come back as deficient for very, very minor reasons. And it doesn't mean just because it says deficient on the inspection report that it doesn't work or that actually something's wrong. You have to actually read the report and it'll give you some insight and tell you, you know, if this is something that the inspector thinks that you should have further evaluated by an HVAC professional or a plumbing professional or an electrical professional. So just make sure that you're reading those things and that you don't just look at it and immediately freak out and say, oh my God, like, this house is terrible, I love it, but like everything's broken. Like most of the time, not really. So that's another thing. So just be mindful of that and like set your expectations to like see some things, but then work with your realtor to decipher through what's minor, what's major. I mean, houses are lived in. There's normal wear and tear that's gonna happen to every single house. Hell, after you buy your house and you sell it, you're gonna think it's perfect and then the inspector is gonna rip it apart. So just be mindful of those things that like, people live there, stuff's gonna be broken. If it's not something major and it's something you can fix in 30 minutes on a weekend, then it's probably not something to think that the sky is falling about, okay? But the biggest thing that I would say is an issue when it comes to inspections is Uncle Fred. Like your dad's brother or like your uncle or my coworker's husband used to work on houses or used to be a contractor or he helped my granddaddy build their house in 1981. and then you like invite them to come while the inspection is happening or after the inspection, or you send them the inspection report and everything on there is like, oh my God, this is a lemon house. Don't buy it. It's ridiculous. The baseboard in the extra bathroom is loose. There's probably water and mold behind it. And then you're gonna have to tear down the whole wall. Like, guys, stop listening to your uncles. Just don't. You are literally hiring professionals to evaluate properties, and they have like a whole checklist of stuff that they've got to evaluate. And they have like insurance for when they screw up and when things happen that they should have discovered. And like, this is what they do all day. And if you don't trust their opinion, like, I can't say this again or enough times, but just like, don't hire them. Instead of bringing someone in from the outside that thinks they're an expert and then they totally freak you out about something that is like a $200 fix. Which is my last point, which is make sure that you get with an inspector that a lot of them actually provide price sheets for you of like estimated repair costs, so that you know what you're looking at. Because that's something that happens a lot, is someone will see like one electrical outlet doesn't work, and so then they want to ask for like, well, since that one electrical outlet doesn't work in that one room over there, can we get a new light fixture in the dining room and have them replace all of the light switches with this other different color? And like just because one little thing doesn't work doesn't mean that you can like get really crazy with asking them to change out and fix things. Like, I've literally had inspections come back where like one burner on the stove didn't work, and the seller was giving the buyer a home warranty, which I don't know if you guys know what home warranties are, but they will cover like appliances and things like that and come in and fix it. But then they were just like, well, I mean, since the one eye is broken on the stove and it's electric, I really want gas. Can we just ask them to run gas to the house and put in a gas stove?
Are you high?
No, you can't. Like, you can't do that. So just be mindful of those things. So I'll kind of summarize this again. Number one, inspection, super duper important. Make sure that you never buy a property without getting an inspection, but make sure that you trust the inspector that you hire, because they are going to be a huge part of helping you make the decision on whether this is the right or wrong decision for you. Also, our inspectors in Texas are licensed, so just know that it's not just some Joe Blow. They are licensed. They have regulations and rules and continuing education that they have to do to maintain that license. Also, don't be a creeper. Don't creep. Don't just show up at the inspection and follow them around and ask them a bunch of random questions. That is what their job is to get all of this information, gather it, put it together, have it all in a pretty report for you, and go over it once they are done. But it's not necessarily the most productive thing to be there and kind of creep behind them and be kind of weird stalkerish while they're doing their job. Let them finish, then let them walk you through it. They'll show you all the things that they found and hook you up in that regard. They'll also send a report typically to your realtor who will help you decipher through things. And then the last thing, again, is just like, don't let outside influences of people like your mama's brother's cousin's sister that used to be an inspector or that has worked on houses before. Don't let them come in if they're not necessarily a professional right now, and really pick apart the inspection if your inspector has kind of already given you advice on it. Just don't let them scare you too much. Like bring your family, that's totally cool, but don't let them scare you with things, because I've seen people lose perfect homes. Like, literally, it was everything that they asked for, and it had something very minor that could have been fixed with $500 that they walked away from a property because a friend or family member told them that they should. So just make sure that you don't let that happen, and don't let outside influences get you too much. Make sure you're doing your own research and kind of following up with your inspector. And if you need, further evaluations done with other professionals, then go in and do that. But don't let them freak you out too much. So I think that's about it that I had on inspections. I'm actually gonna do a vlog in a week or two with an inspector that does, video with his inspections. He provides estimated repair cost sheet to all of his people, so that you can know, like, when you're looking at it, yeah, all of these deficient items are here and it looks really scary, but really it's only like $800 worth of stuff to fix. And so it really will help you decipher through. So I'll bring him on to chat a little bit, but I just kind of went through a whole like flurry of homes going under contract. So I just had a a bunch of them go through inspections and had a lot of kind of iffy things happen with those inspections that I just thought would bring some value to you guys if you understood how to decipher through them and how they work. So that's the inspection process. That's all I got to talk about right now regarding inspections. Look forward to bringing you guys another vlog and some more content next week. And I'll see you then. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. And then go to my other social media pages at Chauncey the Realtor or on Instagram at estate_chick_real. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
She's a